Okay. Hi, I'm McCary, and my species is Solenopsis invictica, the red imported fire ant. This ant is native to Central South America, but is now established in North America and Australia, as well as many other smaller countries. It was imported to the United States around the 1930s and has spread to infest more than 260 million acres of land in 9 southeastern states. It has the potential of spreading west and surviving in southern Arizona and along the Pacific coast north to Washington. Colonies of the red imported fire ant have several types of adults, including winged males and worker ants. Worker ants are wingless, sterile females who protect the queen by defending the nest from intruders. The winged forms, or reproductives, live in the mounds until their mating flight. The males die soon after mating, while the fertilized queen alights to find a suitable nesting site, sheds her wings, and begins digging a chamber in which to start a new colony. A newly mated queen can lay about a dozen eggs. When they hatch, the larvae are fed by the queen, and a queen can lay up to 800 eggs per day. Larvae develop 6 to 10 days and then pupate, and adults emerge in 9 to 15 days later. The average colony contains 100 to 500,000 workers and up to several hundred winged forms and queens. Queen ants can live up to 7 years or more, while worker ants generally live about 5 weeks. Ants can be found in almost any type of turf grass, and colonies can occur in lawns, parks, playgrounds, golf courses, as well as agricultural land and wilderness areas. In Texas and other parts of southeastern states, fire ant mounds can become increasingly numerous, particularly in areas infested with the multiple queens. Left undisturbed, mounds can become very tall and large and can burrow underground, penetrating as much as 1.2 meters deep into the soil, and fire ants generate dollars in damages annually.
Hi, my name is Alex Ramirez, and I have the Tawny crazy ant. Some of the unique characteristics it has are the crazy ants get their name because of their frantic movement and erratic behavior. Crazy ant workers are also omnivores and can live in both moist and dry habitats. Crazy ants may be more difficult to control than other ant species because they dwell both indoor and outdoors, unlike the fire ants. They have multiple queens in their colonies, which make the crazy ant harder to exterminate. They also cannot be controlled by over-the-counter pesticides and are not attracted to ordinary ant baits. Some of the life history of the tawny crazy ant, they can be found throughout Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. However, they have been spotted as far north as New York and Massachusetts, and as far west as California and Hawaii. They were originally founded in northern Argentina and southern Brazil. It is still unclear how they got to Texas and the southeastern states. Um, some of the impacts to human society they are known to nest in any place. For example, they are known to nest in a fuse box, pipes, and even the inner workings of a car. Other places they can also be found are stumps, damp soil, rocks, landscape, timbers, potted plants, piles of debris, and compost and garbage. They are also attracted to electronics, which they then short circuit. And crazy ants cause more than $146 million in electrical damage per year. Also, crazy ants can produce a chemical that they can rub on themselves that protects them from the fire ants' venom. They also contain an acidic substance, where a stinger would be that serves as a weapon against other competitors. And crazy ant colonies have been spotted inside fire ant mounds, which means they can easily take an active nest away from the fire ants. And also, when fire ants and crazy ants go for the same target, new studies show that 90% of the time, crazy ants are able to win the target and obtain what they want.
All right, the successful reproduction rates of the fire ants allow their colonies to not only grow in population, but they can also communicate effectively, allowing them to create more mounds and cover more area than the tawny crazy ant. In defense against an attack, fire ants are able to produce a toxin that is usually fatal to any enemy. This toxin is also responsible for the numerous allergic reactions that take place in humans who are bitten by a fire ant. Fire ants also are more invasive because they can spread their mounds at a faster rate, potentially displacing other native ant species from their natural habitats.
Well, we can easily attack your mounds. Like I said before, we can easily invade your mounds and take them over while you guys are still inside your own mounds. Also, crazy ants have antidotes against your venom, so it's like it doesn't even affect us at all. Also, the University of Texas at Austin said that crazy ants versus fire ants, 100% of the time, crazy ants are gonna win that battle and survive it. Also, when it comes to obtaining a target, as far as like prey goes and stuff like that, when it's up against fire ants and crazy ants win 93% of the time. So it doesn't matter like what you guys have or anything like that. At the end of the day, we're gonna win when it comes down to us getting something we want. So that's why we're the better species to invade the US and take over.
In regards to the strength and the immunity of your species, I would say they are still less likely to survive and thrive if faced with against a fire ant colony, strictly due to the enormous population size of fire ants. Fire ants attack very quickly and in great numbers too. Also, that toxin released by the fire ant, although not lethal to the tawny crazy ant, still disorients them momentarily, which allows the fire ants to take the advantage and eradicate the enemy. The tawny ant may be stronger and more predacious in regards of obtaining an object or a target, but the communication and persistence of the fire ant will last longer in terms of being a bigger nuisance slash invasion. And even if the tawny crazy ant were to infiltrate the fire ant mounds, it would only be because the tawny crazy ant's mound was insignificant to the fire ant's lives, and they simply allowed its existence. Haven't you ever heard of keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer? And if they were to infiltrate one of our thousands of mounds, we would just cut our losses and then keep on trucking, and it would not even be a big deal.
Well, crazy ants can put their nesting mounds anywhere they want. These places include inside the inner workings of a car, inside pipes, inside, potted plants and stuff like that. Unlike you guys, where you guys just put your mounds outside of a house and stuff like that. We put it outside and inside, so we impact the humans more than you guys do. Also, colonies have multiple queens, which makes them harder to exterminate, unlike you guys, where you don't have that many queens in your mounds. Also, we can cause a reduction in the mound of food at the base of the food web, unlike you guys, obviously. And the ants are not attracted to ordinary ant baits, unlike the fire ants. And we are not controlled by over-the-counter pesticides, unlike the fire ants.
All
So there's
right,
really
that's
not
your
much to
minute.
say after
That's your
that.
minute. It's my closing. There are multiple reasons why fire ants would be considered a more invasive species than the tawny crazy ant, including the rapid rate of mound expansion, the threat of the fire ant's venomous sting if their mounds are disturbed, and the increasing population size of each colony, especially in the south where we live. The presence of mounds may damage harvesting equipment. In cities, fire ants sometimes nest in electrical circuitry, and they have been known to short out air conditioners, get in telephone junction boxes, traffic and light control boxes, and in transformers, causing just a whole bunch of disruption. And the tawny crazy ant may be more powerful and maybe a little bit stronger than the red imported fire ant, and they may even be able to disrupt one or more mounds. But when it comes to which species is more invasive, the clear answer is the imported fire ant.
As far as research goes, researchers are trying to figure out exactly how effective their antidote is against their prey and stuff like that. It is important to study the crazy ant because there's still no known way of stopping the crazy ant, because the fire ant obviously can't do that, and pesticides obviously cannot do that. It's not 100% effective, so researchers really need to find a solution before it's too late and the crazy ants start spreading like crazy. Like I said before, in the US alone, just in the southeastern states, they cause $146 million in electrical damage. Imagine how much electrical damage they would cause if they were allowed to spread out through the whole entire United States. This is exactly why entomologists and researchers need to find a solution to the crazy ant problem before they expand.
Thank you so much.
Thanks and gig 'em.